What is going on, guys? My name is Chapo and I'm back with another video, and I haven't made one of these informational type videos in quite a minute, and I've been thinking of this video for quite a while, so I decided now I guess it's finally the time for me to make it, since I haven't really uploaded one of these types of videos in a minute. Now in today's video I'm going to be talking about how to play neutral and what is neutral and different neutral strategies that you often see in this game. Now I felt like I needed to start this video on the character select screen, because neutral is obviously a very important factor in this game, and characters with strong neutral is a big reason why a lot of characters are really good in this game. You know, there's characters like UI Goku with his very strong 5S that you can jail if you do his 2S into 5S and then vanish, obviously. And his 5S beats other key blasts, and it stops super dashes and jumps. Now another character like that is of course Z Broly. Has very good key blasts that beat other people's key blasts. He has a barrier that completely just beats all projectiles. You know, it just doesn't let him get hit by any projectiles. He has armor moves that go full screen. You know, things like that. And there's also characters like Kid Buu with his 2S that catches people jumping. His 5S is really good, and he of course also has a beam, things like that. Which is a main reason why Kid Buu, or not Kid Buu, Super Saiyan Goku is a lot of people's anchors back in Season 2, because it wasn't all about like mix and stuff like that. He did have a great neutral because he had a really good ki blast and a beam to, you know, control the screen like that. And of course he had the beam assist, which was very important back then in Season 2, because obviously you weren't able to select assists. And of course, beam assist and you know, other full screen and you know, types of assists that just cover the screen really well, like Super Saiyan Vegeta's A assist back in Season 1 was really strong, but also because back then you couldn't reflect it and it was just all real, and you just had to sit there and block it. And of course, everybody knows the assist that was nerfed just recently in the last patch, GT Goku's A assist, which they increased the startup of it and lowered the block stun. Now, these three were, you know, good anchors back at their time. Season 1 with Super Saiyan Vegeta, Season 2 with Super Saiyan Goku and GT Goku, and you know, 3.5 is when they finally nerfed GT Goku's A assist, which not really many people complained about anymore. That was mainly just in Season 2, because of course there weren't that many beam assists, and there weren't really any assists that covered the angles like that, covered that angle of the screen like that. But that's why I also think base Vegeta's A assist is really good, of course. But anyways, enough about that. Now we're gonna actually get into the nitty gritty of the actual how to play neutral and stuff like that, and why it's really important to have good neutral with your characters, of course. Alright, now as you can see to my left, I got my current main team, which is base Vegeta, Kid Buu, and 21, all great characters. All have really good neutral, because obviously a big part of having good neutral is having good ki blast. Of course, base Vegeta has really good ki blast, multi-hitting ki blast, and he has his Destructo Dish that covers a really good angle. And of course, I don't know if I've mentioned this already, but if you don't know what neutral is or what it means, it's basically, to put it into my words, it's like how you move around the screen and how you like get in on your opponent to, you know, of course, get your hit, get your mix up, get your offense started, and things of that nature, you know, covering the screen and things like that. And of course, with trying to get a hit on your opponent and trying to start your defense is moves that cover good parts of the screen or have a lot of range, things like that. And of course, with like neutral strategies, a lot of neutral strategies that are often used in this game, which I'm just going to use base Vegeta as an example, of course, because this is my main team, which a lot of base Vegeta players like to do, like round start, of course, on this position is just backdash, key blast, call an assist, and just, go ahead, start like that. Do your mix-ups and things like that. And I wanted to have this team on the right with Gogeta and Piccolo because, well, this is another really strong team, and a lot of people think really highly of Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, and that is of course because of his level 7. Let's just be honest here. If even if he didn't have his level 7, he'd still be a pretty good character. Uh, if he didn't have his level 7, I think he'd be still like in the mid-tier range, like mid to high tier range with like Blue Gogeta, similar to Blue Gogeta, except since he has more options, his command grab is better. He has better normals, things like that. But the main thing that makes Gogeta, Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, not as strong as everybody might think is because he doesn't have very good neutral tools. Of course, he does have his light lariat that is invulnerable to Ki Blast and things like that, but he doesn't have any full screen moves, any full screen presence. He doesn't really have anything to challenge characters like Base Vegeta, like Kid Buu, like 21 that have full screen Ki Blast, very good Ki Blast, or any sort of full screen projectile move that can challenge something like Base Vegeta's Destructo Disc, or just his Ki Blast, or his medium rocket kick, things like that. And it is tools like that which is really what makes a lot of characters good and is really important if you, especially if your movement isn't very good. It's better to have like a character that can have full screen moves and better key blast and things like that, and to avoid having really bad matchups with other characters that do have the tools like this. Which is another reason you don't really see too many people play Piccolo, because he has the same problem as Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, to where he doesn't really have any full screen moves, anything like a beam. He does have his 6S, or his up I beam, his 1S, but obviously these aren't full screen. Although they do cover a good amount of space, and especially his 1S, since that does aim more upwards, and it's good for round start, of course. If you want to do I beam plus assist, get your turn started, things like that. That may work unless your opponent just, of course, jumps back. Like Base Vegeta, he could just jump back, key blast, assist, and get started and things like that. But yeah, this is why neutral and neutral tools is what's really important whenever picking a character, and a reason why people don't really pick characters, or characters like Piccolo and Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta ain't really played as much, even though everybody thinks that they are still really good characters, of course. But Piccolo also does have a really good assist, which everybody loves, of course. But yeah, to talk more about the neutral strategies, of course everybody knows 2S plus assist with Kid Buu round start, and then he just easily gets in that way. And of course, you have things like beams to let, if your opponent blocks them and you vanish and they don't 2H or reflect your vanish, now they have to hold a mix-up. And of course with Base Vegeta, as I showed earlier, you have his medium rocket kick and his from full screen, and then you call an assist, and then you're just in like that. And also, of course, Base Vegeta has things like his EX rocket kick, which was nerfed. It's no longer a frame 4. It no longer has frame 4 invincibility. Is another reason why characters, or not characters, but Yamcha is no longer played because now he has more recovery on his EX Wolfang, which was full screen, very fast, and you know, it could catch a lot of people trying to jump or maybe catch them on the startup of their moves and things like that. That's one main reason why Yamcha was very strong, because he did have a good Ki Blast that made him move backwards as well to make it even easier to punish super dashes, because it gave you more time to react to it. And because if you did try to super dash or try to keep jumping from his Ki Blast, he could just do his EX Wolfang, and you know, he'd just get a full combo off of that. You know, running a top tier characters makes it a lot easier to play neutral, to be honest with you, and it's the reason why I've gotten as far as I did, to be honest with you. Because before I did not really play too much of a top tier team, because before my team was Base Vegeta, Bardock, and Trunks, which is still a pretty good team because of course you can now run a beam assist with Trunks, and Base Vegeta with Bardock is still a really good shell, because Bardock B still has a lot of blocks done, and Base Vegeta does of course get 50/50s off of it and things like that. Different neutral strategies that you can try, of course, is like just do a special move plus assist. Any type of special move or neutral move that you have plus an assist to cover you to get your way in is a good way to go ahead and, you know, get your offense started. Now, a lot of people don't really know what to do in neutral, you know, besides just like super dash, especially at the low level. And even if you do want to super dash, you can do super dash plus assist, as long as your opponent doesn't reflect it, of course. And you know, whenever you're also winning, whenever you're winning and you have your assist, it's always better to play defensive and just wait for your opponent to make a mistake. For example, you just like to sit back and just wait for them to super dash, or just whiff punish anything that they try to do, especially if your opponent is always pressing buttons and, you know, just tossing out random stuff, which is often what a lot of players do now online, especially in Season 3, because since there's no longer Snap and they have added, of course, tick throws to the game, to where you could just jab, Dragon Rush, you could do 2L, 5L, Dragon Rush, and you could always do 4LL Dragon Rush. Oh, actually, no. That's wrong. Now you can do 4LL Dragon Rush. So it made people more mashy, because now you don't have to be as defensive with Snap, and you have more of an incentive to a mash, because your opponent is able to go for a Dragon Rush and more opportunities to do Dragon Rush is what I mean. Also, another thing that you should do in neutral, if your character has a Ki Blast and you know that your opponent is, if you have, this is more of a thing that you would do whenever you don't really have an assist, so to where, you know, you can't cover yourself whenever you toss out your special moves and your super dashes and things like that, where you would just want to just, you know, back up, backdash, and just try to bait a super dash with a Ki Blast, because some, you know, eventually they will super dash, because, you know, as disciplined as everybody is, you know, everybody cracks eventually, and it's always important to know what you should do in certain situations and be aware of your options when you do and do not have your assists. But yeah, that's going to be the end of this video. Hopefully you guys did enjoy this. Hopefully you guys, neutral does of course improve from this video, and you learn to use your assists a little bit better whenever you know, you do the things that you do, and you realize the importance of having good neutral tools and having, you know, just good neutral tools, playing a good character, you know, making the most out of the characters that you do play and the tools that they have, and, you know, try to find out things on your own, lab it out, what you can do with your characters. And yeah, hopefully you guys did enjoy this video. If you did, please be sure to leave a like, comment down below if you guys have any questions or suggestions for videos, and subscribe if you enjoy the content, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.